Hello guys, welcome back to Netcode-Hub channel. This video, in the previous video, we talked about how to create a login form and how to authenticate the user as well. So we're able to do it, and as you can see from here, we did this in the previous video. Now it is similar to what you have here, sign in, the same thing. Okay, so we've achieved this. The next thing to do here is you want to create a registration form for the administrator. So let's get going. So we want to have something beautiful and simple as well. So we're going to have email and password as well, because when you check our database, let's see, admin, you can see we have admin, username and password, right? Username and password. So we need username and we need password. And let's check here. So admin, you need admin username. So here's supposed to be username and password. All right, so let's make that correction. So in our project, that's the index page. Here is supposed to be a username. So username, and now you have a password here. Okay, so this is what you're going to do. Now in our controller, you're going to have another one for register. So let's create it here. So you can just copy this, and now down here, let's comment this here. Now let's pass this, let's paste this here. So, and here's gonna be register. So register. Now, so when you click on this register, I'm gonna return a view. So right click on this, let's create a view. So add view, and the name is going to be register. So let's wait for it to be added. Then we're going to use a layout, and they're going to select the layout as what? That is the admin layout. So let's go to views, click on views. Now click on shared folder, and I'm going to add this admin master layout. For this, what we created. Click on OK. Now click on create. So we have our views being created here. Now this is what we're going to do. Let's clear this off. The index 2. Let's clear this also off. And now let's copy this, because you don't have much time to waste. Let's copy this, and in our register view, we're going to paste this here. Let's add a TBL. As we added our model, let's add it over there as well. So let's copy this, and in here we paste this as well. Okay, so what do you have here? So instead of the login, we have what? Register. We have exactly the same thing. We have a button as submit. Okay, as over here. So button as submit. Now when this button is submitted, what do you want to do? So you're going to create username, pass your username and your password as well. So that's what you're going to actually pass in. And when the button is clicked, this button is supposed to be register. So submit. Then what you're doing here is, let's have a form in here. Let's copy this once more, or let's copy this. So let's expand this, and let's copy this one, because since this is also going to be a post request, we highlight this and we pass in as a post request. Now we are going to check if the name is not found. If the username is already there, we don't want it to create it. Okay, so this is what you're going to do. Now we first check, is it equal to what you have over there? If it's not equal to null, then we decide to alert it, because if it's not equal to null, then here. But if it is equal to null, okay, then what do you want to do? So if it's not equal to null, we want to say username already exists. So let's return something here like, you cannot register with this username. So you cannot register with this username. Alright, so that is when the username is found. For password, let's try to take out the password, because for password, it can be double, and no, that isn't the problem. But that is, you want to check if the username already found, because remember that we made the username as what? Not null and unique. So username must be unique. So you should check first, else you're going to throw an exception. We don't want to do that, so we check. But when you check and username is equal to null, then that is where we have to tabulate, or we have to populate our index. Okay, so our this register action method. So instead of the admin, we pass as admin here, and now this is what you're going to do. So tbl, now tbl admin, so ad is equal to, so we have, so new tbl admin, then so admin dot, so we need just a username, so admin.username is equal to, and here we are passing in avm because that's an admin here, so avm dot username, then ad dot password is equal to avm dot ad password. Now when you are done, tbl admin dot, so tbl admin, so let's say tbl admin, so let's actually make a reference from here, and we need db.tbladmin, so db.tbl admin dot add, so we need to add this, then we pass in the ad. After that, what's the next? We have to actually save, so db.save, then return to action, so db.save changes. So after that, return redirect. So after registration is successfully done, redirect to what? Login. So login action. Alright, so let's save this, and now let's run application, Control plus F5. Now let's run application and see what we actually going to happen here. So application is over there, we wait for it to be reloaded, so refresh over here, then we're going to navigate to admin.index. so instead of the index, we're going to make it as what? Create. So create account or register, so admin register, so let's register admin here. Or what we can do here is we can actually add a button into the form, so let's add a button here under the index, so you can add button as well over there, and decide to inform the user to, so where you have the submit button, you can have h2, so you can have, maybe you can break here, and you can have at html dot action link, so this action link, then this way we can actually pass in the text as create account, or let's say register. Okay, so register, then we pass in admin. Okay, so now you can see we have string action name here, as the action name is register. Okay, so if you actually check here, we have the text here, we have the action name, and now the next here is, that is a test, or that's what you want to do, but let's maintain this, and now here let's see what's going to happen. So when you save this, you can actually run this as well to see what the interface that we're going to get now. Now you can see from here we have register, so if I click on register, that's what's going to happen. Now I've clicked the button with that registration, passing in the value here, and you can see that you are having an error here because validation failed for one or more entities. So see anti-validation error property for more details, and that's the db.save changes. So let's see. Now you have register button here, so as soon as I click on that, it has redirected us to the register button. Now this is what you want to do. So in here, another registration tab where you have a register. Okay, so you can see we have username here, and we have validation over here as well, to a text box, and we have password. Right now, if you check here, this is what we want to do. So we want to actually accept this. So let's use a for method to actually do that. Alright, so now let's try to pass in the same term. So that's a root. Let's see. Now on the passing the same, you can see it tells you that password field is required, right? So this password field is required. And now with this rule, it tells you that you cannot register with this username. Have you seen? So this is because this name is already taken. So let's pass in different name. Let's use Kofi, and the username you are going to use Kofi as well. So let's save that, and it has now redirected us to the login page. But you can still click on this register to go back. Okay, you can still click on this to go back. But this time around, let's log in. So under login, so admin supposed to be the index. So let's try to log in with the Kofi that we typed. So let's pass in Kofi, and now Kofi. So let's log in and see. So you can see that it's supposed to go to view category, but we are not there. We haven't created that. Let's create that view category and see. So let's create the view category. So here, this is what we're going to do. Now you can see we have this. So I want us to close this method. Let's close this as well. Now once we are done here, let's copy this. That's going to be the get. So with the get, let's paste this here, and that's going to be view category. So we have view category. That is the get method. So let's right click and go to add view. So let's add a category. We wait for it to load. Then you're going to use the same master layout. Click on add, then here view category. Let's pass it here. So let's maintain just like this. Okay, let's maintain this, and now let's solution explorer, right click, and now let's go to build solution. Let's build that, and let's refresh and see what's going to happen. So we are building this. Let's wait to have a message here. With this red line, you have to wait for a while. It's going to get rid of. So succeeded. Now let's refresh in application. So let's go back. Let's go back in there. Now we try to log in again, and now you see that you're going to move it to the view category. So it means we have logged in, and we have now also created the registration page as well. So let's wait, then we do that. Then the next video we talk about designing the view category form from the product. So we have here Kofi. Now let's add the password, and I'll hit on the login page, and let's wait for it to authenticate us and see. Now you can see that if you log in, do you want to save? Yes, so let's save that. And we see view category, we are here. So if you're able to log in, and we can actually still register as well. Alright, so that is it for this video. I hope this is clear. Thank you guys for watching. I'm going to see you in the next video for us to move on into the next stage.